Welcome to Mining Indaba 2023. My name is Julian DeRosier from the IIF. I am joined today by Hans. Hi Hans, how are you doing?
Fine. Hello Julian. Welcome to the SMT Scharf booth.
Well, this is interesting. SMT Scharf, we are usually a lot closer during interview, but today we have a beautiful vehicle behind us. Maybe you want to tell us about the story behind this car.
Yeah, that is a low-profile vehicle as a utility vehicle, and it's given from the mine for a general refurbishing, and we refurbish it from diesel to electrical.
Yeah. Well, this sounds exciting. So this is a working, just a prototype, or is it a final version?
That's the first vehicle from that mine, and they start testing it within 2 weeks after the exhibition, and then they want to start to change all the diesel vehicles into electrical.
That's great to hear. How excited are you to be at the core of the electrification of the vehicles in the mining industry?
Yeah, that's a big task for our company. So we are doing a lot to electrify mines. We do that with these low-profile vehicles, as you see here, or also with a light electrical vehicle, what is based on a Toyota. What we also can move from diesel to electrical, and we do also have electrical LHDs and trucks.
Sounds exciting. So maybe we want to learn more about the electricity that runs in it, basically batteries. So where should we do that? Should we go in the back where the battery is located?
I would say we go to the back because you can see then an open example of the battery, and then also our managing director here in South Africa is there. He can assist a little.
Perfect. So let's follow us to the back of the vehicle and we'll see. In between, maybe you want to tell us about specs about this car?
Yeah, so it is very tough car. You see all the
reinforced grills,
and all that, and
higher suspension
to move some
for sure.
People from A to B, to inspect things or bring some tools to maintain other vehicles.
Absolutely, it looks fantastic. Maybe if you want to have a look inside, obviously this doesn't look like your normal Toyota Camry or other. The interior is very rustic, but it's meant like that. It's meant for reliability and long-term usage. We do have some charging going on right now, so you can see that it is an electric vehicle for sure. And then here we are joined with Avi, the managing director. I will let Hans introduce him for you.
Yeah, that's Avi Bhatt, our managing director in South Africa, and he will give us additional information about the battery.
Perfect, thank you, Hans.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. So we got a small introduction that this is actually an electric vehicle, but then everyone knows it's all about the battery. Can you explain to us a little more what your product is different than the other ones, and especially, is it your first iteration?
So this is the second generation battery. It's 43.6 kilowatt hours, and the difference between our first generation and the second generation battery is the fact that we've now developed this in a modular format. So we've now got 6 modules of 6.7 kilowatt hours, and each one, so the benefit of this is, one, it's liquid cooled. Secondly, it's modular driven. So if one of the cells is damaged on the inside, all you have to do is pull out one of the modules, replace it, and you can still continue to operate the battery. So we've created it as a quick change battery, one. Secondly, you can isolate any of the modules if there is an issue with it, and the car will continue to operate. Now, when we say liquid cooled, it's a special dielectric in the battery. It's not water, so as we said earlier. And the dielectric prevents the thermal run. So if there's any heating at any specific point on a cell, this will ensure that that cell doesn't arc and cause a destruction of the battery.
But what I find very interesting is if you have a closer look at the battery, as you said, it's interchangeable, but it also seems to be built to be easily maintained. We see no special screws, nothing that requires highly qualified, unfoundable little proprietary screws or something. So it seems like you are building it for the long run and the easiness for the companies to be using it and making it as long lasting as possible.
Correct. So this, based on the theoretical analysis, we think this will last minimum of 10 years. Your charging cycles will do between 3, depending on the mining operations. You charge this battery every 3rd or 4th day. So you'll get a full shift cycle or 3 shift cycles out of this before it requires a charge. It can be charged using a normal single-phase plug. It can be charged using the 3-phase plug on the mine or on our special high-speed chargers that we would have.
And then it's always a big transition from going to diesel to electric vehicles, but electricity is usually available quite everywhere in a mine because there are inside garage, there are places where you need to recharge your equipment. What does it mean for a company to switch from diesel to electric cars?
So it depends a little bit. If they just want to change from diesel to electric with that kind of vehicles, is more or less easy. But if they want to change the production, LHDs and trucks, then there's a change of mindset needed. They need to change from long shifts to a little bit shorter shifts to be in the cycle what you actually can do with electrical vehicles. So that's not a matter of the brand, it's a matter of the electric situation at the moment. And so the mindset must be changed, the skills of the miners must be changed a little bit to the electrical one. They know diesel very well, but now they need to know a little bit about electrical things and how to handle, for instance, plugs and all that things, security tasks, and that is very important for a mine that wants to change. But there is a big chance, not just climatical change, there's also the big chance to save money, less maintenance, less fuel costs, less oil costs, less filter costs, and all that.
Less ventilation,
less
a lot
ventilation
if you're deeper,
cooling,
and those are big costs,
a
obviously.
Big cost block that can be saved due to electrical vehicles. But it's a mindset change.
Well, and how has that been working for you guys? With the new products you've been introducing, with second iteration, do you really see the demand picking up on your products?
Yeah, so if you take this vehicle it belongs to mine. It was they partnered with SMT Scharf. We've now electrified it. It goes underground at the end of this month, and we believe it'll be a success. What will that do for us? Two things. One is that we believe that all the utility vehicles will be electrified going forward. The second thing is we believe that the next generation, meaning your LHDs and your dump trucks, those items will then go to electrification. The mine wants to test it, wants to feel it, wants to touch it, wants to see how it works. Yeah. And once they get the experience of an electrified vehicle, I think you'll see a bigger or faster transition to the new technology.
And when you're talking new technology, we're here in Indaba. You guys have your production center, one of them here in South Africa. You're present also all over the world with services and so on. But maybe one question. You are part of the German delegation under the German roof. We saw a lot of initiative from the German government to try to encourage that transition, to try to empower German companies to reach further out, to be more present in the mining sphere.
Correct.
How has been the German government or Germany altogether place, and how are they helping you achieving those results?
So it's a little bit special. So we are German mining supplier, but in Germany mining is not popular. So the coal mines ending 5 years ago. And if you ask a German inhabitant what's up with mining, they say nobody needs mining. And I all the time put out my cell phone and say that's pure mining. All inside that is mining. It's gold, it's platinum, it's all that kind of stuff. And so there's no real support from the government for small companies like us. So we are a hidden champion. We do it by technical competence and focus on our customers. So there's no support from the government.
So then if you're a hidden champion and you're doing it by yourself, you're publicly traded, how can investors look at your company, find you, write you if there's anything, or basically presentation and financial? It seems like the mining commodity world is coming into a boom. There's that transformational EV. So the hope of raising for SMT Scharf is very present, and how does it materialize? Yeah,
that is easy and good for the investors because we are stock listed. So go to the German stock market, look for SMT Scharf AG, and then you can buy shares from SMT Scharf today on a very, very cheap level. So it's a big chance. That is the situation, and we like to help our customers, but also we like to give our investors good chances to invest their money.
Good return.
And let me add to that, sorry. So the one other aspect that you've got to take into consideration is that Scharf identified, based on the ESG rules, that we need to transition from dirty mining to clean mining. And that was the reason we went into the electrification or the battery technology. So I think we are well poised for the future. What we do need is with our global footprint, I believe that we have the opportunity to penetrate a good customer base worldwide, and you would see a lot more Scharf batteries or electrified vehicles going forward.
Well, it is nice to see that you're globally represented, but also that you are making solution based on existing equipment, which means that a mining company doesn't need to change its entire flow for new cars and then raise their costs, but actually be able to just adapt what they already have, basically meaning that every replacement pieces they have or parts they have for these cars they can keep. They don't need to change inventory. There's only the engine side that is changing, and that makes it obviously less costly for companies to move into, as you called, from dirty to clean mining.
Correct.
So mine houses can use OPEX as well as CAPEX to be electrified.
Perfect. Well, this sums it up. I mean, we're very lucky. We had spent some time with Hans and Avi. Thank you very much for taking the time with us.